Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. Hope you had a fantastic day yesterday and dealt with something that you've been procrastinating on. Had some comments and I had some emails about decluttering from the refrigerator. So to those of you who decluttered the leftovers yesterday from your refrigerator, great job. I'm proud of you for jumping in there and doing something that most of us don't enjoy doing. Just purpose each week to deal with that refrigerator a little at a time before the trash goes out and before you grocery shop, and it will help you in the long run. Today we're going to declutter items from one of our kitchen cabinets. I want you to pick a cabinet that's your problem area, that you've been avoiding, that really needs some things released from it. You've got some items in those kitchen cabinets you've not used in years, maybe even never used. So let's work on one cabinet. Find some things that you can let go of, donate them, give them to someone in your family who might be able to use them. Just let them go and get them out of your house. It will help the overall feeling in your kitchen and make it more functional if your cabinets are cleared of the clutter. The things that are in it are the things that you're using, instead of having things in it that are just taking up your valuable cabinet space. Good morning, Joanne. She says they have too much snow there and the snowblower broke. So she's having it picked up for repair. I really don't want to see snow, but actually on the weather app for today, there were little snowflakes and a little snow shower this morning at my house, and I really don't care to see any more snow this year. So right now it's just cool, a little windy, and the sun is out. So I'm real happy with that. I don't prefer to see any more snow. Good morning, Mary. Hope you're having a great day. On the blog this morning, I wrote about decluttering daily. I have been asked a question for many, many years about, do you still declutter daily? Will I ever finish decluttering my house? My answer is always the same. If you're bringing new things into your house, you're going to need to be decluttering some things from your house. Because as you bring things in, you're going to need a place to put them. So that means you've got to let go of some things to make room. So decluttering is going to be a life skill. It's going to be something you do for the rest of your life. It's a routine that you want to have in your daily routines so that you don't get overwhelmed ever again. If you have a room that is just packed to the ceiling with stuff that you need to get rid of, focus on that a little bit at a time. And as you bring new things into the house, let go of 2 or 3 things to replace and get them out of the house. That's going to help you get rid of things and make room for the new stuff. But I still declutter every day a little bit. There's stuff I throw away. There's stuff I put into our donate box. There are some things I find new homes for. But for the most part, if I'm decluttering, I'm trying to either give it away or throw it away. I'm not trying to just rehome things within the house. I do that on occasion, but the main goal for me is to get rid of that stuff that's not benefiting me or my family that I don't need to hang on to. My youngest child is 11. He's in 6th grade. I do not hang on to his clothes as he outgrows them. I do not hang on to our school books. I find someone who needs them and I give them to them. There have been occasions when I sell a few things on eBay, but for the most part, unless it's going to sell for a lot of money, it's not worth my time. So I just tend to give things to people and bless them because I have been richly blessed in my life. And if I can bless somebody else and get things out of my house I'm not going to use anymore, I think that's just the best way to handle it. So really focus on having that into your routine so it becomes a habit that you're decluttering daily. You're going to have a hot spot each day that develops somewhere in your house. It's going to be at your entryway, it's going to be in the kitchen, it's going to be a table or a desk. There's some place that your family really piles stuff on. So that's going to be your hotspot focus each day, is to take care of that area. Somebody posted a picture yesterday and showed me how she had made her kitchen table look pretty. She thinks that it's needing to be replaced, but they just don't have the budget for that right now. So she's put a nice tablecloth on it, found a centerpiece she already had in the house, and made it look pretty. That keeps clutter from building back up on that table, and it also makes a nice spot for her to look at until they can save up the money to buy a new table and chairs. So I think that's a fantastic idea, and I'm really happy she shared that picture. And I hope that it encourages you guys that you don't just have to replace your furniture, but you can make it look better as you're saving to replace it. Home blessing today is to declutter paper and magazines. So you see, decluttering is the theme of the day. If you still get print magazines in the mail, after you read them, pass them on. Take them to doctor's offices and leave them in the waiting room. Just take your name and address off of it. If you go to the hospital, drop some in a waiting room at the hospital. If you have a nursing home near you, you can drop them off at nursing homes. If you get magazines that have great pictures, there may be a preschool or a kindergarten class that could use the magazines to cut pictures out for the kids as they make collages. There are a lot of things you can do with print magazines. So start collecting them and find a place to bless others. One of the ladies I used to talk to on a regular basis, when she would finish reading her magazine, she had a system within her neighborhood where she would put it out on her porch and post to the little neighborhood people, I've put a copy of XYZ magazine out on my porch. If anybody wants it, stop by and grab it when you're out walking. And I loved that. She was able to give it to somebody within the neighborhood. She didn't really have to expend any energy, just a little post on an app, and I can't even remember what app she used. But she lives in a nice little neighborhood, and so they do that a lot. Neighbors put things out at the curb, and other neighbors who need it stop and pick it up. So if you live in that kind of situation, look for an app where you can get rid of some of your things, and you don't really have to expend any energy except posting and putting it out on the porch or out by the curb. Tonight's dinner for us, the boys are going to have chicken and veggies, and I'm going to have veggies. I've kept our menu pretty simple this week as I've returned from my trip. I've kept my different routines more simple this week. I've not really pushed myself, but I've been kind to myself, working on getting my body healed back up from running 26.2 miles and just having a good week with the boys. Leisha says that the name of the app might be Nextdoor. And then there's also Facebook Marketplace. There are ways to get rid of your clutter without you having to load it up and haul it off. If you have large pieces of furniture, we have an organization that will come out with a large truck and pick up. And we've done that twice when we've had big pieces that we've replaced in our home, and what we wanted to get rid of would benefit that organization. And that worked really well for us as we got rid of some big items. We didn't have to put it on our truck and haul it off. They came, they took it, gave me a receipt to deduct on my taxes, and I was a happy camper. So there are ways to declutter even large items. If you replace appliances in the kitchen, there are organizations, and sometimes your garbage disposal service will come pick up old refrigerators, old freezers, old washers, old dryers. So there are ways to get rid of some of those appliances if they have gone beyond their usefulness and you've replaced them. And just be very careful putting refrigerators and freezers out by your curb. Make sure that kids can't get in them and close themselves in. I know they recommend you take doors off their hinges and that kind of thing. So do be aware that you need to be safe when you're getting rid of stuff like that. Leisha also is talking about the Habitat Restore. Yes, they actually have trucks in your community if you have a Habitat Restore, and they will come pick up your large appliances, furniture, exercise equipment, stuff like that. Good morning, Tammy. Great to see you. It's always fun to have another Tammy in the house. So I want you guys to have a great day. I want you to look at this decluttering as something that you're going to do for the rest of your life. It's a part of your lifestyle now. It's going to be a habit for you to get rid of things. So the next time you go to the store and you come home with a new pair of shoes or a new outfit, you find a pair of shoes or an outfit that needs to go, and you get rid of them. And you're not going to overstuff your closet ever again if you do it this way. Enjoy the rest of this day. If I get snow, I will be probably crying and sad. No, not really. I don't mind watching snow come down. It just causes a mess in the south. For those of you who live in the north, you get a lot of snow and you guys know how to deal with it. Down here, we don't do too well with getting rid of snow. It just basically melts and goes away. Mary says she loves this new habit. And don't forget, your habit this month that we're practicing is getting dressed to the shoes. I am dressed down to my shoes and ready to do spelling with the boys. So I'm going to sign off and we're going to get busy on our school day. Joanne, I hope your snow leaves soon. I see you've been crying too. Yeah, snow is not happy. And if your snowblower's not working, then you've got some issues there with your sidewalk and driveway. So hopefully that gets fixed soon and you can deal with this snow. And we all have hope that spring is coming at some point. Right, guys? I will see you in the morning. It will be early because I have an early morning appointment tomorrow. So I will likely be here pretty bright and early giving you a quick send-off for the day. See you guys then.